no boils down to challenges I was saying. Now we need a policy framework a bit me a guide moving forward. Now would him say your national debt no across through year pa na uti penny state of the nation address na a lot of state agencies and as institutions na no and one more edeka, okay? Acquire your befaswa, you bet me I say your debt repayment situation I won't say you know. You bet me a no and also a hobe. Now the stability of Ghana's currency, which is the cedi, you know, and also ebe play a major factor. And I presume say presenters, you know, ebe take issues by issues within the economy. What you say? Acquire ebe me a first we're moving from a taxation to production. Now ebe me a sustaining your economy, you know. Again, the issues about the creation of jobs, okay, very paramount. Na afe yetimi edi ho enkomo enti National Economic Forum and our dialogue no ne. Okay. Kwame if you free here beko ho. You beko akotie proposals na ebe. Now when him said the National Education Forum no so koso. And then I think say one more region by region. Enti omo movie the last time was in the Volta region. I'm told say North. Some of them are proposing, you know, Ghana for na be they proposing. The yet to say you know cresa idea and for proposes say free SHS, you know. Yama borders, you know, into our more duania won bedi eka ni nyina na your proposals ni bia ever, but the finality of the document, you know, and a better a binding decision. And then going forward, no obese we need sample ideas, yes, okay, from all the stakeholders, anti-parent, teacher unions, I mean CSO, sending yes, sample ideas, you know, from them comprehensively. One be put a report together. Now you share the framework of policy and your education. We are also hopeful. Say, I mean, economic dialogue so will come up with same document. Debt restructuring, IMF, and then a honky kahun now come
Kwame na come the education and person come be kakra fa ho. Okay. Kwame who say ye kase borders no empua omo efisa and omuntua omo aduane a Kwame me de ho de nkame na omo nya adwen. Because proposal na manfo ya go sankrofo na omo de akono ana me ne omo nya adwen na me hwesa ban so anyintum. Esan say no se basa na ye sense ye dada mu che se kodwoba ono no enisika ntimi ko boarding house no. Sa na be ye na be sikafo ma na first no mo ko boarding house no o mo na be sako because say be obi
everybody no ko the your school fees at your baby I would do an any
but Kwame still be ho ankrofo bi ho ha mu odem mo ankrofo bi ho ha ye tua ni nyina wie no emu odem mo se boarding no amamu a anase aduane na amamu a Kwame won be da free o mu ntumi nko eno kre pa na meka no enti enhwe si akuma wo de entwa nti preko what you say yakuma wo de entwa nti preko san say America kra ne yatumi aye amana ye yedi a ene ye na ese yatumi ye se bia nkura bi ene ese so asen me boa ma ne ye yie ana se ekonkan a ene mo mbeboa ene mo mbeboa pa because na me kra me hwe say sa education forum yo mokoi anka former education ministers ni nyina no on be involve wo minimum so ma from mo ka ho bia no ma je o ma adwen kire de na emma chese aduane no entumi nya papa de na emma aduane ne shorty ni nyina no matumi ahu no mo ahwe na ne ade na ese etumi ye eboa emma etumi emma o mutumi nya aduane edie ni nyina na etumi ahwe ni nyina what you say ndi kwa me mesre me de ma de sre de am de to Ghana man pani anim no o de ni nyina ba eno nko ade o mo ahwe yi a minua bi me wo fa ase bi owo asante a chempetiensa nzongo enya de obetumi akobi the best basa obesa so okọ day onya board no kura so okọ day na hwe day no kura na council be na bi onya course kolmo oduma secondary school e ka obetwa ene ade ni nyina so ebe ya asem diesre memedia no kwa.
Well, we wait to see the outcome of that particular forum. And just as I said, no, I think it's one more year region by region. And region be any proposals. One more beti me at the Abba. Not Yafese, you beti me a policy framework, the entire country. Not yet me the education, no and come now on the economy, no medical bobo be so any child that ama what me some of the critical issues on the economy, taxation, my Ghana, the ones we term as nuisance taxes. Will play out economic forum. But another third, right? Minister is expected to read the budget on the 11th of this month. And hopefully we be next week, budget na yetimi ahese yebetimi edemo enkomo na minim say dialogue will have an impact on the budget because some of the proposals may come out of a year forum here and forum no any ochina not on the 11th. President Bahama first budget for a year 2025 and also to me about 4 years, I don't know. Ebema Ghana for say the waka in terms of the bosheno war and now obey and now say will do so yes 11 betting tax COVID-19 levy and the account na afi ECG kana one more Amadum Sonabano, Kwaya Befaso, I bet you again, Yabe employment, 24-hour economy, Ebeba, and I say Emma. Budget is to give us more details on that, but economic forum, very, very important. Those are major ones on the table now. And pay you be the home common lines anymore pay that is it. But minority is expected say almost the state of the nation. I wonder the Babeka. I wonder the minority for neighbor account because John Mahama Baye on your budget. On your budget. Budget biya or no was spend this the President Akufo-Addo for the first quarter of 2025. And Obaye expenditure biya kono is as a result of the first quarter budget. Now when him say in the last days of the 8th Parliament, approving that budget our Parliament. Well, minority may have something to say because the state of the nation no need issues President raising about agenda 111. Supposedly Nkofua almost a tata womo, right? Your friend Nkofua invite womo womo issue bench warrants here kwachi womo declare womo wanted. Any de keka honyina. Sani man de normal.
Nkofua ye omo adwuma mu no.
Oze
Nkofua ye omo adwuma
and also by topic appointment, and also to a far extent, it be a 10% increment. Abaye Jumai for Enya and also beba become na afe so far appointment abawa aban we munsu ye behe I'm sure some minority will touch on it because say Kwame from last 2 weeks basically last week appointment of CEOs and fair oh yes no credit appointment of the chief executives to state institutions. It is never fair. And yet fair so because regional balance are near Juma. There are some of the regions one CEO position
no credit.
And the regional chairman of the NDC are not happy. They are not. I mean, they are not happy. About the air cost to say. Now, some of us, will continue to tell you the truth. I mean, regardless of anything. You can't credit the idea. Actual said yes, it here. 2028 about one and one I shall see and credit. The little mistakes.
I'll obey you.
And then they pile it up and do co-opposition.
No credit.
What you say?
And
Crophobia in your appointment, a party for them, happy. They are not.
No credit.
One more bocho boy in his uncle for now. One more call rallies a hood young call one walk.
Radio station.
Call her prayer for her Sancrophone in and then woman in your appointment.
No credit.
And we are not checking the regional balance. We are making it look as if NDC na enya power ne no eye northern region any voter region kwa na to aba
you know correct ampa o
Wambevi, this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. 2024 elections result on regional basis. A clear electoral commission document. I mean, it's online on my website. There's region biani abadodo a omotoma NDC ne John Mahama. His Excellency, and it is there for everybody to see.
And then Crawford so ye jumaden am I toma omo.
What you say? And you know, I mean, we must be considerate with some of the appointments here. And airtime. Airtime say Kwame baby you from no agajo so and the appointment ma wo be kwa ha sase ko ho na koji briefings ni ade be che na ade na asesa
yazi anya mfa ma e foforo ba eno na manfo bi sa manfo bi mu odin he presidency ho.
It's not about mu a air it's about weakening the base of the party.
Okay.
It's not about me na me name mafia you. And it's not about me na me being president. And it's not about me na me kasa president bet you.
Okay.
Kwame. It's about giving positions to people and what will best satisfy the grassroots of the party. The biggest challenger, the new patriotic party, I face here what would you call opposition in your party. From their own party members.
Yes.
Party for na kasa say. Omo amodi appointment ni ma wo mo anhwe ye. Omo amoye. Ye bibi kura wa ban mu kura na we have to come and pay bribes.
Eno krepa NPP ne wo mu.
So when you give positions to people wo mo an suffer for the power to come wo mo ba they don't care. Wo mo niema wo be no emfa wo mo.
So wa mre
Wambevi chobo enu wa mobi yenko rally no wa nyebi yenko branch meeting obia no obi wo ha wontimi money branch kra wo ko meeting
dabi to omo che pure water no onim wo mo to mba
so ene won no odi position na sankrofo no party for the bed akọ omo nche
dabi wontimi onimo
ha party for no won bed akọ sankrofo
wo bed akọ unim no kra no akọ ne nche dabi wontimi.
Hey, one more here to you, Kwabevi. Now, 2028, you see, President Mahama will exit.
Obeko.
And yes, Obeko. Yes, it's a constitution, Krana, Emrano. It doesn't take a retrospective effect. It's a constitution, no crowd, Danny Bayedi and cry so. Oh, your man paying, I'll be to me up the Tete. President Mahama cannot be a part of that.
That be. Favor no.
Bambevi, etiyenka no krenchre ye ho. Let us speak the truth. One more society na one more nhihye ni ye.
Na nye fe.
And the younger people are one appointment no must begin to think the future possibilities of the NDs.
No correct.
It's not a matter of yebo wudi na no and Crawford friend will lie I won't foul.
And I some man your full subai.
Ebe yo subai but wachina you account for it.
O co position no so frɛ.
Wo bedwen. O co position no you begin to realize the realities of life.
And they no correct.
And now on Crawford back we see a catch we told them, we sat here and we told them the master. E kwan amofa so amobo mo bra ne de wa mo ye mo niema no. It's leading you to opposition.
No correct.
Ye kai omo enti. Omso akwa we de sa da bia sa nkekamu say ya. But today you are in the house. Uni adwuma bia ye. Bebre na ho a wo mo ambie businesses bia. Kwambevi hand to mouth na because onya ne na odim so ochina foforo be dey. Ebe saba. We are talking about it. CEO appointment here abai. From the Western region for positions a wo mwanya with the CEO appointment.
Me say baby for kura dwa.
From the Western region wo mwanya CEO appointment. Na ko Bono region. Bono East. Ko ahafo. Naturally one person ofre ahafo a wanya CEO position. Substantial one. Mama yenka ne yentie.
Ebi mae.
I'm not talking about ministerial appointment. Ministers in there. So why you say we the cry your regional benya back.
Yes, and
regional minister position you fan cancer.
There be and there's a regional minister free ana.
People have gotten a large chunk of ministerial positions from their regions. Yet Ebani CEOs now womusu na asenya dodo pa. And we are behaving like ostriches and we are making it look as if say as a sanko for nkwa na to aba.
Regions need be more.
Hey, Kwame, a region like Western Region with 17 constituencies. Our party executives are here, Juma, 15 out of the 17 executives. Tell me the reason why people in the Western Region must not get appointment to certain state institutions. Tell me why. Takrady metropolis ni nyina no party no executives so what me aye adwuma agi a lot of the seats within the Takrady metropolis ye nim say eye the stronghold of the New Patriotic Party. Na say na mo be ya seat na mo gi and mo be dan sustain no
ene na chere say mo aksa de koche
mo be dan sustain no somebody like Grace Ayensu fought with Joe Garte in 2020. We are the Charles Bisu Asabe contested in 2024. And we need a Sikado Kitten seat. No, so any part of parliament. No, when your appointment be out. And one resource or better sustain this seat. No, and where Sikado Kitten.
Na cut you are saying.
Momi and Kano Grand Trail. You go to the Western North region, 9 constituencies. Party executives are here, Juma Ajimu 8 out of 9.
Okay.
See what appointment ye my region. Why?
Yeah, ma.
Come to the Bono East and the Hafo. Kawamomi and Sakura Bom Nebisa say, I mean, positions na him ye the amount. And come to Ashanti region.
Ashanti, that's someone you be.
Eastern region. Ashanti region, see, was no one way. Why?
Say a year nyabi.
Why?
Communication director nyabako. Ana use nyabako.
You see, we need to be serious in this country.
Yeah.
Over 700,000 votes. A little, almost 700,000 votes now. If Ashanti region buy,
you know.
Until we must tread cautiously.
No, correct.
And we must be guided because say ni say there are 2 regions and to me we need elections or Ghana how.
Debbie. Na region benya. 2 region benya.
Yeah, they make no credit. The NDC must survive beyond John Dramani Mahama. Okay, we told President Akufo-Addo.
Okay,
say the New Patriotic Party must survive beyond him. Many times they be ani idea grow. They be ani pekasa. Yeah, the fact is that presidential candidate be the waba in this country. What we need about one touch.
They been see that.
Okay, the NDC must know say. Regardless of the brand that you call President Mahama, his face will never be on the ballot paper again. Until by 2026, 2027. Kwambevi, na wo kwa yi candidate fofora. Sa candidate na wo kwa yi no. The excesses of the outflow of the Herbal in this government and the performance of those candidates. Hey, mu ye ni say. Yati monya ni say. Why? Mami na wase. Mami nye juma we mra 58 after 7. I Kessben. Me dey Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker. Afraid we are joining here. We are live on radio. We are live on TV. Thank you so much for your time. But mami ni nkomo ewo sadek for asweye embra. Na no pay ye more enkomo esanse womo ewo ne mapa bebre na no. Edimao adope ba mema oba payachi na mema na kwaba ejizei bibia boko
na unso
kasa di wo microphone di mo
boko me huye pa na unso
erade ado yanso ye hoye pa sadek for ho to say
obia hoye
adope ba yeni nkomo na yentio menim se ode ne mapa pi na no ana ediaba.
Okay, maminchia etiefo ani ahwefo na mema obi akwaba Sadiq Herbal Center na wote yenka no abusua nyankopon in his own wisdom ebo nipa no o sheda de eti ba asoro de yadwene hye ho chese yadwene ne control body ni nyina o balance o coordination o speaking o reasoning o memory retentive memory, everything bia nipadua ne ye adepo hyewa sebe ya obeti se wo nerves no eye dwuma wo ho no eye wo brain coordination and e ma o sa sign no enti na obi onya stroke e fana ejojo no sa brain parts na ama fana jojo no enye dwuma enti na obi na stroke a aboaka na onte odi bibi kra to ne na so a esanse nan na jojo ni nti onte enti abusua ade bia e fa nipa wadwene ho I was see a funny very serious but obi wo ho no ma onam hoi sebi say yare kan into home and nkoda empemu a wonu maduro esan say ofo say ne ho ye was silent stroke wo ho no mo a obi wo ho benya signals ni sa da obenya attack no at once okoni krachi ye won krofo bi a da omo be wu no obeka say o miti pe na epai me before o do hospital no na mo je free ni huni mu ba na okọ. Those are the signs in nketi a yenya wo ye nipadua mu a yebu ye niguso obi wo ho no ma ne nsa ne nan ejene a agise obi etwi mu ma no ansa na ne ho isane no obi wo ho atan bia na ne ho namdua ni mu hyehye no obi so ho ase ye de mpane e na ewowo ni nipadua nim obi wo ho na ni so ene tibri no obi wo ho so a wonya mild stroke symptoms eda ogina ho ano hu se ne fa jojo eno ye so ni mu ma ne tena ase within some few minutes ene koye no webu na niegu so ompe ho adro because e kan no ne ho ato no de ahye nyame adom ntime ho ye nyame adom wo eho but yare e wo ewiase so yeduane a yedi ye mframa ye home ya namontu a yetu e wo ye environment Ghana ha especially nti e wo say all the time yetimi no munuane no eni no apapa bi ti se de ye sadik ye de abai ebeboa ahrowu ntini mu ede amao se de beye na moja sufia ada wontini nim a emma moja ntimi ni afru sane nko wadwene mu nko yadwuma ebeyi na free ho se de beye na fat deposit srade yeduane a yedi srade adeda ye ntini mu a ama moja ntumi mfamu na dodo na adwene ni hia no entimi nko no se de beye na ebehuru ntini nim ayi we nyina de free ho iti na busuafo ye de flex on 600 herbal mixture yede abrawo yesi emwa na enyi stroke signs ni nyina enfri hormone obi wo ho a ne nsa nyene na nisu mri no ne nan entai enyene ne ho nhyehyɛ no nitifa entai pai no nanso sɛde beye na environment na yete no mfa esan bi mesan wunti yesi bɔ wo ho ban efri yare ne ho ansa na yare na kan enti when you are science unya science flex on 600 herbal mixture abusiafo nunumbi na ebeboa wo ama wapomuden papa obi so wo ho no mo a wante yenka yare na kana to ho wo dofo bi a stroke akana to ho a wodam pamu a ye na dom flex on 600 herbal mixture na to bi mano na ononom na wochi bi anom one bottle se wo pe for bambo anase yare na kan wato ho anase ensunsanso a nipadua ne eyi kire wo no wacha ase ehunu bia na wochi bia no bottle ba ko fama yen 4 weeks a ye bosome no fire comprehensive treatment me say comprehensive it means say it take care of almost everything fama yen na nya pomudin na fato a won kwana so sebe enchine ede inti abusuafo flex on 600 herbal mixture ewo adwaman so okwakin so Herbal thematic Herbal Kessben ene nanaboache Herbal en omu nyina omu wo yenno ni bi tonic enso ewo suhum Hillside Pharmacy ewo nkoko except the Lord Herbal Shop ewo somenya Ekus ewo Ashaman Little George enso ewo Tema afe Kessben Pharmacy ewo Koforidua Owas ebibidofie ewo Takwa Uko Ghana hafa namba bia ubenya yenno ni bi uko nyame ne boafo Herbal Shop e won sanwom Koforidua lorry station honom a uko no mo antin so bema obi na wato Lady Halored enso e wo Tesano U10 nim ho na udiko police station ho na uko a won sabetumi akabi Lincoln enso e wo Swedro Beniak Mensa Christ is the answer Nimzi Pharmacy and Herbal enso e wo Takrade Ghana hafa namba bia uko a ubenya yenno ni bi ato numbers no eh 0244 15 35 11 and now says 020 800 9178 afe so we call pharmacy Herbal Shopeben na ya mo location na yes so wonye bi afre ya number no ni ye chi oba bi a eben wa unsa ebetumi aka mo bi amfa asroko na ne wa chinchina se flex on ni ho a jiwe Flexon ni nua wo market ono ko ani adruku a onam a obo sansanche ni we emagana fo nyina eninti se wonum bi dida na wuja unti yenka na wuja ya wadaroma edro no yasan ya pagya munkra eninti sase na san nonum Flexon 600 herbal mixture na beboa na ma wanya pomudi a esefata wo yie pa de bia meka se koko yare entai enkum nipa level la stroke ekum nipa etchin crofo no koko nkum nipa sa but ye baga na ha especially more than 50% e wo pause enkofo de hyehyɛ omoto sebe otena se ana ya asem ebi mu de afifiri omuyam omasiri mu hanom okɔ agyanan a moja nko a emema bebrebu omonsa e wo agyanan bia so obi so wo ha anu so ya yeton yi de bia bi hye ne to de bia ebi hye no to said ye beye na koko ni be free hwa ma no no enti wafa koko no ti say problem bia all manage yadaroma Sadiq herbal powder elephant herbal mixture saye no mieni nyina ye koko aduro tatashe se wonum bi da na koko no afifiri wache metro challenge e the amount per Sadiq herbal powder we ne nsuo e na ye elephant herbal mixture no enka nsuo enka ja Aninti edro na ho odin a ekura no all the time I keep saying it works like magic. Ma wonsaka Sadiq herbal powder wo ukoko na fifiri wache wo wo de no wo yam a ache wonso a wo de no agya osisi yare sabe memma omuntumi mu adwuma yie e wo mpaso koko nti Sadiq herbal powder any elephant herbal mixture ebeboa ayi sa ohaw ni nyina afi hodom e de amam ya powder yi aduane bia wudi bia utumi de bigu so na utumi edi utumi di twati anopa enso enom de bia meka sese wubufu asegu enum na we fanso piano na nu ankasa nko nipaduanim ni akoko ni de na fifiri do no unum ye dro Sadiq herbal powder ya ubeti nkan wo koko ni mu se emu etche ebechi no na ahye no na afri sabi otokwan na ababeja ne ho wo wo de ni so pie se kokobo na wo de wonsa pia ko Sadiq herbal powder any elephant herbal mixture ebechi ni nyina e de afri ho ama wo wo de ni so wo yem yenro mienu yi mu baako ebetumi aye wadoye eni tututu America herbal shops chemical shops any pharmacies eben wo babia wotie mi afri bia yenro ibetumi aboa na shikoko na se e de afri ho e de ama kai hunu so be ma koko tira wo so che o mema sem you have challenge with it that is the fact enemi na make koko etina wo so cha e affect wo waste ena o mema sem nyina gina wo sisi mu hanomo eni nti problem bia e be affect e honum bia automatically translate e de call mema semu eni nti mema bebira na junior kind graphic oyire enhwebo enso Messi ni Ronaldo asem na wo try say one ne beka anajo Sadiq herbal powder elephant herbal mixture sanom yenu imu baako betumi aye wo mu ayie pa apagya wo mema sem ashikoko no ayi no di afri ho e de amount ama wonya ho sepe ewo wabrabo mu nyina afedie twato a esua nanso eye mighty small by mighty eye elephant ointment yedro we awo Ghana ha no Maakye enani da wo teme kan ma me hwe unkran na me kan che se adwumaden bi a wo ye bia elephant ointment ma ebi nwo ho se wo pon we dwoma najo police ni asojafo adwumaden bi a wo ye bia ointment we pe any ointment a etu hunam yaw efri nipaduanim abra yem fantwe eni nti unhia third party bia se wo kobo bi dan sazimesi wo ho abeboa me na me ntwe me nan ma wati kokodin wa wo nan efrichi ti kakra bi fa wonsa keke faso na fasra babia eye wo ya ne pepe ti na fasra so mi nka se fatwe fasra ho keke esanse ntokro wo nipaduanim nti no edro no wurewura mu habama na ye dia ye ni wuramu koyi oya oni free honom ema mritia bi mu utumi nya wayare sa ebe ye won wakra we nia won wade a Sadiq
happening in the NDC that there is a lot happening in the government as a whole and it is expected national economic dialogue no ebetimi efras here somewhere next week we expect finance minister Racho Forsen at the first budget of President Mohammed's administration and then the second term ye at the beba na afi yetimi at the home and komo now there is a lot happening say yeah kase Atuesien the former chief executive for Capital Bank the lawyers are true at the amount penyin say ebeya anka wonhwe proceedings course so at the court any may be a revelation a PAP ni nyina no omampanyin hwe na wonjina so and grante ora to a presidential pardon ohwe de obon krata no ani ma no pay dodo na no e de aba wo mo e de hon komo and run ajo I read the petition na enema e wom ne quite interesting and I don't pay ye no e be de ho enkomo minority no is expected to give their version of the State of the Nation address and pay free non-dua kono and we await that say and also ebetimi aba na yetimi edi eho enkomo but mamema Mahmoud Kabore achi na mema na kwaba Kabore machi at say
yeah bro Mr. Speaker
you be fine
I don't unparable every year so go
kakra but a nice guy pal
that's it
everybody
you did the one now
only Kabore share o baby I hear baby too because you are Kabore there no in fact it's very attractive but part of the what is saying Ashanti region.
Oh, alhamdulillah. If you are domo kwa doma mefa kwenye ina membo wambaso. Wujuma so amudibu amagana na menchi amotifo na mahefo all over the globe. Ono aje breni adaje ni yedi juma ya no pay. Asante mantem ese hwani free honi mfruma wo. Na party no free domo kwa domo. For the first time NDC has been more attractive in Ashanti region than ever.
Okay.
And for me as a young Democrat, you know, for failing for me. Say people are beginning to appreciate. Say it's about what sitting. It's not about.
As you say, why placement near the no, restructuring the party's communication from the government's communication. No, it take good effect, na.
Adebakwa in the past, I think say in feels was when we felt say party be now what by but party no ye strong kuchen abino. For me, I don't believe in that. Say ye nyina na ye kan ye humbo mu say ye wadwen kro ye wo aniswadi hunu kro bitima sese o man no dia. Na say Ghana for ma ye kwanya dia na was ye nyina takoso kan ye humbo mu na ye dis adwen kro no ne aniswadi hunu no so man no. And so once the party births a government, you know, it is incumbent say ye nyina no ye behwe na the was a kwabontin no say na ye ton ye niswadi hu then ababe ye aban no nyuma so was ye kan hu bom na ye ton aban nyuma so government communication and NDC communication one thing mengi ni say NDC prayer by mu no as a certain communication one chain now they abobon na banchi and na say what they abeka be fufuro bia e niswadi hu na NDC nya no they ababa. So we will support the government in all aspects. Na niswadi hu na namotu ne hyehyeye yaka ho asem chichire mu yi ama Ghana fo hu ba bia e free na ba bia ye ko ba bia bedru especially when you do that in a very honest way friends and form because sabi me nim say masitira mu nkoyi na be ka kire me say man na eto a I just say togun grofo kuma bi feel. So we must do honest communication. You know, ubisa me and this communication front no break here is as solid as rock. Na sakraye ni shisheye kakra egu akwan mu a mpeni se me enya ne se kane no. Se kane de na nye any novelty bia no. Ashase nipa ntiase I believe when it takes good footing na friends in the media, Ghana for you and they will know the direction your person, your position, your party, no communication, your government communication. To the good of the ordinary Ghanaian in Ghana for you.
Very well, may I say, Government Ball.
Yes, Kwame.
Yes, my member so that Yanshasi didn't come more info. Kabore at say I'll come back to him now. You have a detailed conversation about what is happening. A few days into office, no. What they've been able to do, what they intend to do further. Na afi wamo come when him tracking the first 120 days promises, no. They can be able to tell us more. We are expecting say Anope National Economic Dialogue in the Beshasi, our conference center. We'll be there. You better pass it through. They were near Mano Etie. Now kusi ochina. Then after the dialogue, no, finance minister and so the budget beba somewhere next week, right?
Yeah.
Na afiyetimi edi ho enkomo eye. But mamintio kakra on your initials.
Yes, Kwame. Me de say Mr. Kabore wasi. Ye den crowd be man amane dia kukumase.
Okay.
ne nkɔfo no bi wɔ akwa ma ɔnya appointment from ɔmomfa with the exception of Joseph Yamin Kwame ofro obi a ɔmfa adeɛ no ɔmo yɛ no ɛdo ɔmo co-position 2016 they have started it again Kwame and I don't feel comfortable for them Kwame the incredible man of their kukumase Mr. Kabori go and tell them with the exception of Joseph Yamin and somehow Zuba ni nipa offer no offer on mese ko you call back Yamin mese ko do this you call back
position right
onya position kwa be ka ho asem dia make what I say
but I think that Captain Jabari so is not doing bad yes Jabari
yes from fa anene me problem because Kwame untimi nkwantimi nya aduma no so sa na wadwene ye wa untimi nya aduma no that is why I make say ekwan ya mo fa so amoye my appointment no Kwame it is clear that this is a recipe of disaster send this year a year disaster will hit NDC I'm telling you Kwame also there's a petition against a petitioner Omodi Akoma President Mahama to drop James Gardner and Kafri Danku.
Ghana, so people were not happy about Joycelyn Dumas' appointment.
Yeah, Kwame.
People are not so much happy.
Yeah. Kwame.
Omonye happy cry.
Yeah.
As I'm confirming that no me NDC. For Kafri Danku, I saw her in
social
some
media
of the commercials. Yes.
Yes, but
KOD, right?
But Kwame, James Gardner, Joycelyn Dumas. Kwame. She mame ka semcho.
Nakuma would for anyway.
Beba. Ye beba ho. Me deep politics since 1992. Mantuaba. 96 Mantuaba. Me di chira up to now. Obian ho betimi aka chira me say. Ye campaigner. And for ye fiscal campaign. Visionary campaign. We saw them, Kwame.
Visible.
Yes, Kwame.
Your mom position.
Not just the Dumas in your appointment. Lose to an apokunya appointment. I ready a kwanasi by.
BOT nyebia.
James Gardner no anya appointment. BOT nya appointment. Then father President Mahama dey DC kono. Capito, mo kasa kire omo. Me na me ka kire mo.
Bobi emu nyina anya bi.
Mo kasa kire omo be ade ne kono nkofo bo no so. E ma mo ntaba ne be kase no na kire okoye we personal assistant we ko hwa personal assistant Kwame. Ye kase ye campaign ye politics. Yadi oti North Legon, what Spenters, what to Kumasi Hilltop, what to Kumasi TUC, Ahodo. I do need the sick bois, oh yeah, why in the business, meboa.
Yeah.
What this kind of buy, this kind of Kokoye campaign. Sikano quantity Kojira ballot boss on Koye campaign. You will be on also the voice. Ebe defend party no, ebe church party no. Nani swadi hunu any party no manifesto or defend the party no any agenda against the party. Ebini, yes, Ebini honorable Ashaman. Honorable Ashaman.
What the radio so say?
Honorable ayi tete ayi ya very say
tete chai.
Tete not tete chai ayi titi.
Titi
Kateno. Many agenda for more Ebini BOT. Kwame ebini ye fa de se bobia nsanum ebini lose toward
and apoku
yes wo mo do mo voice
Horace ni ayi ankra
yes Kwame
stations
yes cause your voice ubetimi anya I fa de say voice problem Kwame ubetimi anya pharyngitis ubetimi anya laryngitis
list toward and apoku 8 years
ubetimi anya laryngitis Kwame ubetimi anya pharyngitis. It will disable you for you not to come out. Ababa be aduma. Meboa because who ni sika de beboa party. E bi so who ni ahoden abere kwa defend the party. It will dey no voice. Se nyame de chawness yare bi anka voice no a. That is your weapon and your contribution to the party. Who ni odi the sika bo amu ye pe. Obi so de na hoden Kwame. E ko gina ballot box no ho. A defended ballot box. They shot somebody before an NDC vigilante. Mewa. You will be sicking in front of an NDC vigilante. Only do not West Legon, East Legon. Was sending the sick cantonment regiment or no sending the sick as a fan
even within the creative sector, we know the people are a leading NDC campaign in the creative sector. right?
Yeah.
And you know, where are those people? Where is Baba Sadiq?
You see,
Huh?
quality, the creative one.
Yes. No, I'm just saying, say creative no cra Black Star experience no crantina. Say yes, Emma those people are ubo mudini na appointment. Nana would hear me.
Yeah.
My argument is that even when it comes to the creative sector,
we
know the people who are very visible. I mean, Prince David or Simone Samini Moye NPP DNO. On the NDC side, we knew the people who were visible defending the issues when it comes to the creative side.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Bakone uncle, your friend say, the only appointment last week. They were in charge of Black Star experience.
Rex
Oma.
Yeah.
He did a yeoman's job.
Yeah.
Baba Sadiq, where is he?
Where is Baba Sadiq?
Abeku Agri Santana.
Where is Akofa Ejenia Sedu? Anytime I call Adom FM, with my respite times, I'm up for Juma for the whole week. I go there to go enjoy myself. Every day the woman comes to say Joy FM, but defending the party. Where are they?
Utie Showbiz A to Z.
Akofa Ejenia Sedu, where are they? Kwame. Where from this James Gardner, Jocelyn Dumas? Where are they? What did they do? What did they do?
It's a beautiful
It's
a beautiful more here.
Me say, Obama quiet said the MPP for you. Me the kaka say, President Mahama Kwame as compare NPP to NDC.
Yeah.
Say creative. Yamo ma appointment. President Mahama ayade. The credit back up. But the switch. You understand? I'm talking about the switch.
That's a bro for them.
Yes. Because what the NPP be compare NDC a Kufuado a disappointed NPP for the big time. Because bit say matter that sorry when you 7 months no general platform so you campaign man anado. When yashi Abra we Baptist University she could have been the deputy minister. Ye pen no obi koyi ni din di free ho. They make what I say. Prince David or say omuni nan they were sadly but today Sabini Munina but James Gardner made appointment. A child will say a Kufuado did not help them. Obi Obaka also by so for the creative the call Ghana Post and the crack. He went there as a politician.
Exactly.
You understand? But that's a politician.
No, a politician.
Yes, a politician on the coin. And it was agenda to go and uproot that man. It was Santiago himself. That was a clear agenda. Say Uncle Munye no call Master Wet Equus Edman. And now we will Kumanta, ye cabre, baby, the agenda ni free bar and can't ye. So, but President Muhammad, you are my appointment, a publicized appointment. A Berman call for who say, yeah, on that creative forum, Jamaican watch I say,
which is good, right?
Which is good,
yeah.
Because some me a creative person. Let's come in new political party. Today, I want to join politics.
NDC.
Not joining NDC because me say Hana me kwa that you better recognize me. But how appointment in Econo? You won't call for your name woman. Where's Maakye Appiah? Who told you that Maakye Appiah cannot be a GTA? Not some from authority. When they catch us, Maakye Appiah to me yet. Maakye Appiah, Kwame, with DNDC a child risky. Me say at a point the man was deprived, stigmatized. Stigmatized. You're depriving Rose our Kuba Wood because of joining NDC. At a point, what did the Kotu TV do? A cassette that yes, so Papa were NDC. They have taken a bullet for President Muhammad and NDC. Where are they? Where from Jocelyn Dumas or Kotu TV? So on your Facebook, you know, I advertise you call baby, James Gardner, and the other James Gardner, I Maakye Appiah now. Why they say no appointment answer? Why? Vivian Deloris, no, or you many open campaign.
Yeah,
Kwame. Deloris a game money side. Yes, Kwame, where are they? Please. Emamunya Yuma Bassa said the Amamu, Tobo Beba, when I'm a catcher of Kwame. Mo bese sase no atwobe baba baby amodi appointment ne kono konfo no so list to one anapoku and then radio station bebre person be to themselves with list to
yeah.
You know why?
Because of the way he speaks for the NDC.
Yes, what the passion
and
passion for the love for the country and John Mahama. the bomb shop about 2 years na ya pain birim ya fani birim uko not the original birim pain yaw no the back as Listowel, where is Listowel?
For 8 years.
More than 8 years.
He never arrested. Since the time I'm who Listowel, 1 year now down.
Where is Listowel?
Well, you are a crowd friend or beba.
Yes. Where is Listowel? Mo cabin tray, Kwame. Yeni mo my bread. Mama found koye kokwasa.
Ready. Yeah, Anne. Oko kumase ni akofa ne car.
Yeah.
I mean a whole lot.
A whole lot. Listowel. At the point to back no what to take. Jamaican what I say. Radio stations are deprived of airtime. And penny for tried about Listowel and mama man is hebium. Ye pretended son a casa and ya brebet me a catchano, but a beer not on my ham and tra. And then the air was a NDC party in your biadia. Your leaders. Party in your biadia, Kwame. Your almost who behaves to an order Kobe Baba. Jamaican what I say. When you can't bear member, you are part of NDC. You have every right. Say, I did deal no, nobody should take it from you. You are talking about Madam Ayensu.
Yeah, Grace Ayensu.
Yeah.
Esikado Ketan.
Yeah.
Wabre pa.
I know my kokoro.
Yes.
Asampa FM no hono naughty. Mewa.
Wabre pa.
Asampa FM no hono naughty.
For the time I met who nina.
Yeah, Kwame.
And Esikado seat the she deserves.
Nasa, Grace Ayensu did me ya, Kwame. Na manana ya John to did me asamba ba. Mena me catch you because ni nanim so ye Disney. To wabwa. But when you nanim Mommy shade ni ye. Baby adia ni kodmushi nyesheni. Mo ya mana kwa ese room on e ba ya yese. Ye duwe kwa sha wesu ampe ya kwa ne kure.
Na we ni kura se nano domi market. Me ko ha me ko ta de na ba yi di nkomo se na Herbal. Ade se de ya se diary bi da baby na church nkrofo din gum. Enti yen satisfied diary ni mu ne ma ni nwie ya. Ya ne foforo bi anti member.
Yeah, Kwame. That's it. Come me from anusina e capito mrem ene de yesi Peter Owa Paul Kenya misem ono anso de wa ha
Abore be answer but the school say we raise concern.
Ah the Krabemano Kwame
Abore ya responded
ya the Krabemano na ma me mo Asante regional minister so abaso.
Okay.
Oba na obeshia creative me akasa mo for say mensa 8 good years oni creative and shiada papa na de so wanya hwe kra sa de no nko awaye no what the respect e de amom Kwame. Okay. To revive the film, a Kumawood film community. Kwame, the Kumawood film community is the second largest film community in West Africa after Nollywood. In terms of box office, in terms of human resource, and ocean comfort TV sunina, and you Kumawood from Kwa, Nanama Mark Brown, Emilia Brobia, Apostle Proud, just them Kumawood people. Look, the Kumawood there, SCS and Kofwapa, after this is a human resource. You understand? Job creation. Kuma would boa for camera for omomodi leaves shisha cassette chi omo ye continuity omo ye editing. Kumawood is the second largest film community in West Africa, and the guy has an intention to revive the Kumawood film community. Kumawood didn't start to say Guana. The gap, population gap between Kumasi and Accra started widening because everybody is running back to Accra. So I thank Frank. Why are dear papa? One farmer metina, my poor Juma may continue baby, I could be my continue. I had why are dear? Now, come in the quack when I make us with a make our empty
plus 2. I'm probably plus 2. Don't go.
Mahuna Debi. Now, as a NPP for NPP4 copper, clenty for the picture. Because omonin kophobia ni.
Okay.
Justin Kodria Frimpong, I did not take him serious. So people did not take him serious.
Okay.
But Kwame, I shall see a year Juma. She President Mahama met the clergy
over the
weekend. Kwame.
Oh yeah, and cried yes, I could ye kuma.
Aye kuma se de. Na shomwa, wo hwe nipa na ekoye.
Yeah.
Ghana ha che bia 7 predia sawa. One person obeti asemase a one person obeka no kre yenim NDC clergy and yenim NPP, but this time around no Omuni now to fry and omako. There are some people they are beginning to understand the works of President Mahama. It is the danger at the New Patriotic Party. Sofu biwo a Potter's house a pram. Sofu a prophet Nana say Sakudi.
Okay.
Very popular and very, very an astute man of God. Before the 2024 elections, Ebeka be 1 month to the election. What in the puppet and no say? He voted for President Kufuor. Say my 2 about my NDC da, my 2 about my NPP da. Number 2 about my President Kufuor the year 2004 because no a Christian. Just not because you. Because no a Christian. As if say President Mills, nyame for the crazy, not President Mills, you're Muslim. Just not because you. And you're very, very important and crucial. What's it? Me to Obama President Kufuor because not President Kufuor a Christian. Meanwhile, President Kufuor ni atames jina twice. Mebwa.
Yeah.
Only President Wallace jina once. President Wallace was a Christian. Atames was a Christian. What was he trying to imply at that time? He was indirectly telling his congregants to go and vote for a Christian candidate in the person of President Mahama. Kwame, Reverend Lawrence Tete, a 2-4 evangelist, no, or TGTV, who engineered and orchestrated a system here. Ne kasa mu say, oh lumoy, metiple muna, beti so bi bomba beti. Bitwa mani na Shatawale. Ena Shatawale say, ni moy, buame na me kope President Mahama chow. Ne medin kofobia chakwe kansem bi de tia no a, menu me ho. Mena ne tena play ni mintimi nkone nchenti buam na me kopa ne chow. Eno kokopa ne chow. Kwame, that is fantastic. But you see how the man a coach adeno, how or spend adeno. It was clear indication say ono wa ya agenda man this. She Bebia and confronted the president ayi clergy for the NPP kono. Someone sorry ne confirm kopankophobia chawa. Kwame, next 2028 will be disaster than 2024.
I see.
Because there's a clear agenda. There's a clear agenda. To make sure say a Muslim candidate wouldn't come back again.
I see.
And there's a clear agenda to nail your friend say Canada Japan for stood against some of men of God. I mean kophobia. They are ready to fight you so much than the back. Even a year crying your friend say yes, it's group. And these people are the people here, the movers and shakers. They command the congregation.
All right.
And to the Kobia car say, Kofobi Buafunu Kwame, any many muyano, woman shasye, because say, a Kufad in a disappointing Kofua, a Biana President Mahama be corrected that correction, or be making that corrections, no? Jamaica Racha say, no one disappoint to be a Kwame, the Assamba back.
Very well, may I say 41 minutes after 8. Hi, Kessben 92.9. We are live on TV on Kessben Plus. And across the country, no baby RT and coffee biano, I don't pay my end was it. But now I'm here, my cousin Biacho about the clergy, quite an interesting one. From the corridors of power, clergy for one to be so you're happy. But I'll tell you the reason.
This is last 2 seconds.
Yes, maybe unkomo biacho. But Babembra Kabore should not meaning in Nkomo. I'm happy, sir. We're raising a lot of concerns whilst he's here. And I know, sir, Obe responded to some of them. Kabore, Babemba watching him, not Membra was so that yen Nkomo.
Me that's it. We the say Wodro. Sebia son, Sebia Cronto. Yes, a Busumo no better no.
Yeah.
One or children at Chiwadi, Madame in your penny NDC party near binding in Ayadanase. Say observations we will no be no catcher on town. Be no per se, sui. Appointees are free be a one to Minfa. Mestre Ubu Afiano when ya the first ever national assignment. Into managing that with the normal life, no be here America to fit in. Time management. It brings so by a grano. Maybe a near man say I could do. I know people who work to as late as 10 p.m. No man so here do my just so we will be able to turn the corners for all of us say benya sa komu han no aye hwehwe no enti se na mre bi no wo don hwede be nsia otumi ni obi akasa be ane no in terms of time no I limited kakra.
Okay,
that notwithstanding now no hold brief say you me buy na Mr. Speaker friend man to me and for bibinti at least I was me trade back.
Of course,
Emre sene fatem adia sakra me test kakra enti muma ye nyina ye fanche na ye mo mu chidom. I believe say with time no they will fit in and then they will come around. Na sebiu enye bone so as papa so pa mo so nye nanumo de bia ni nyina mu ye mra o mo asai nya daje o mo agedi ye niema se o man no be fa no ntoma pa afra. Wa kan so no yehia e betwe bebre adwen asi so e da say for that observation. O mampeni ma appointment ni bi wo ho a ya hwe ya be a recipe for disaster. No kwasem o hwe ministerial appointment.
Yeah.
Ye manifesto mu ye krunchi gumu se ye be ye ministers no aduasia.
Yeah.
And o hwe 1992 constitution no kra president bia no o ho akwanya so appoint nipa be ye mpemu nsia wo naban. So ministers ye were 60 ministers. But we have over 186 MPs. So no.
Yeah.
And your party base, you know, see, I mean, okay, say over 6.5 million.
Over 6.5 million
across the globe. Take for you know, your 12 baby, you not less than 6.1, 6.2 million. We are making 6,000 appointments, including ministers in Libya from 6 million party base. Opening a bed dinner. And you'll be na ABA so you feel so bit to my baby.
But I mean, there are people visible enough. Says so munya. Kabori oti ha
visibility aye keno. Kabori aba Kessben inti Kabori visible.
But Kabori is the campaign echi.
But Kabori eduma visibility pa na for the first time we win a dancer crew from.
Exactly.
Obin so visibility pa na for the first time we win a dancer sokwa. And the visibility, it depends on which level we are talking about. So I just say, in fact, they deserve more than he's even asking for them. They deserve. But maybe I know the papa catch them and say, "Sekukura no baby, kukura no be jina ton kukwa no pano." And you remember one Indomie ranoba. So be an mran in Shira eba. He who laugh last, laugh best. Yenye GDA 6,000 appointees aura mama wakwenya so ye. Onye wie me gidi se ubia wasum na owo pepa na owo nimdia obetumi di achichire oman ni bia boa no. He or she will be recognized. I thought that so you wouldn't want to do certain comparison because be see the sanye ye ne ye di so ye nye so hunu ofa me ma me Grace Ayezu for instance why MP what do we need the presidential staff amani ye enti me ma me ya ajanto anya presidential staff na onu so bo kakra now Dr. Ayezu so boni MP kakra so hunu ebia na no poku list wo me am rapini o tieni kasam na o in the background now. Maybe he's not anywhere near the creative art industry. But be a cafe danko gardener. Almost so bossy no say
for how long now him say uncle for the NDC for?
For me, I'm just a party, but I'm a some party. I might not know everybody who
I understand you might not know, but Kabore, you are not a small fish in the NDC.
At least MPs in Libya.
There are certain people you would definitely know them. I mean, on the national
front. Appointment. Say yes, MPs are maybe no cry be and keep party for. Anambwa. And yes, MP and counting it in crowd. But at a certain level, there is a level so no doors. So, for me, yes, you trust we can, as much as possible as citizens, from where we sit. But for me, I think he needs our support more than our early days criticisms. Na in as much as criticisms are welcome, no, engine to mpreko pese, and also na kokoko baby no. So I feel say Mr. Speaker bo number 2 and the defense and very tight. So na say ko enim no who say also yen sakaya sakaya
Kabori your politician.
I believe you hear this boy. Kumawood. I think there are a lot of people in the Kumawood industry. Almost day in day out here koso na ye fano a chop and the said kwanso say can even penny John Romani mama should recognize them. Yena you kumasi ni free asante die. Yenim ni Kumawood wa ya masante ene ye mantem ni na. So if recognition in terms of by way of appointment and by way of governmental policy direction and support, we know the number of direct and indirect job we create. We know the number of young people are more free street so and mama baba wane mranti ni be costume ni ade na so mo de kwan. No be na be ware ne afra no ba ko na wote wo. But se Kumawood revival na producers ye adwuma ne ade at least we dey akire bi kura wi ankoto de obenya de ono so de be kona no. So yes, I add my voice to sa passionate call no a senior make here and say yentwe ye nko hwe Kumawood. Na Kumawood to me original na so said ye regional minister and by extension aban ye ni so de hunu no. I believe say the journey towards cutting down and as limiting, fighting unemployment, it will be a very smooth journey. No, you be this faso. Enti yeda in your opinion, well, these observations.
But Andrea, were you on social media?
Sometimes
what's kind of true? I mean,
sometimes some of the appointments one you're careful. You might be tempted to say appointee will be not in the real sense in appointee would. The same media platform now did the logo. Now I share picture say appointee woman. Some few days ago, the same media house logo were in circulation. Oh, me I'm offer Ankara, everything. Ankara, the National Forestry Commission. Okra, New Okra. The National Forestry Commission. Yeah, the combat quator. Yeah, the week ni we be we ase na just say enya no kwe ba kokra ba na no yese ye the deputy CEO for Gapoha ama lawyer Evans Amankwa ono ba ne social media because president friend on true letter bi ama so me ka yes so say sometimes enye logos flyer artwork na e wa bontini nyina na e true. That's why we have government communication, and they are doing a very good work. Sometimes when the citizens are found themselves in a state of dilemma, they come out with official names, presidents, and make appointment. Now, I settled that. And I'm not paying for the case. So now, Master Ora Felix, for Felix of Osukwache, say there's been a lot of controversy surrounding some of the artwork who free in Raiba. And Tino said, by ye trimbe, fine enough, yasem no, ye can't say the etieno. Only who grow for, especially as far as the creative art industry and a sector is of concern. No, a dimbian namu reuni adeno, a befonten thousand, one who sinipi, na ye who ye jinabre na fe ye can once more, yet to me at 2 months in a year. So I will reserve much commentary on some of those artwork before like I say a fake and I say I don't pay I'm say free here call International Conference Center, and it's all about the national economic dialogue.
Yes.
Na eno na no pay me Sunday at the shed there after feed the so say all well-meaning Ghanaians.
Kessben.
Some penny says you baby a echichira boa no hwa na esa no na inyina ejitum se baby o man gina nanu nyina pen papa nyansa wo hwe ni ba ko futrim na no man penny se tikro nkwa gina tine de ya bia kwanya na to centrefo no people from all walks of life in share international conference center ene ya me adoma ochina na adwempa bia eni sinadi nkunim de na so aban no ye Ghana aban na Ghana aban ye adwuma ma Ghana fo na tirimupo ne se Ghana fo nyina timamfo ho beto mo de na obi a wo nsusu ye pa o wadwempa wonim de bia o feel say bit mama o man no ba bia mpempo so be se edu na bedu no amire no nie sebe wa mfa kwanya we ya nya adwuma na ukane se mu na mu anya mu man me nhwe a ekoyi a ebia otiri nkwan from mapa no bi babo na mu man koyi a anya me nkwan na metimu so hono yesi nso no ne ye bo na se de amanchirima ebia ade ebechi na wo fa se bi na duru no so na obeso mu na sitia ne papa ye man no ne ne generation into this is a national call yenyina yemfa ya dwenimpo papa bitima boa mo
minority no amamo proposal say I mean for them to be part of this mo hwese mo be reinstate omo amasaki omo from omo nyuma hodo mo nyina right utie eye former works and housing minister Kojo Pon Kroma or say I mean directive amode call ye sacking people from their I mean lawfully employment womo enya before mo ba ban mo no mon form adwuma mo back and then minority and the NPP will be willing say the national economic dialogue no omo be participating. Is that something that you want to consider?
Penny as a minority be say yes more me gidi say anywhere closer to even come yedi na de bia meka me say ade bia obeye ne no na onua begina so de abua ofo na abua obem kira me I am a young man na me ka say ade enye ne no enye kira because me bese o kina be dunia Jesus te kira man pro no a o kan say
yeah
nti say enye na enye kira kwanya aban ye to aba wi a e faso na ye prepare ye ho ye niema no de kai we make a passionate call to HK Prempen committee, constitutional review committee. Say yenye clear cuts emra. Echre say to aba wi a. We na betumi aye. We wuntumi nye. Me gidi say be boa ma into the future no. Sa niema we nyina no eto atwa. Afi bia ye wo akohoma sika ye de bo man we ho bra. The Kessben say I feel 2025 makoma mazika nyina esidi nudu na ebia Mr. Speaker wo na order Kessben ano na wo kochina unzo wo kwa engineer so say me wo fasifo be yinsia bi kura wo fa body e beto chok ene ma memfo mumra unnim sa ko mazika sidi du a oje yese na ode bo Kessben ho ban entimi nso ma wo fantua wo fasifo ika indirectly what the burden about to the next manager of Babahwe Kessben so especially say economy no na Kessben si kasam na year na say will be create a very uncomfortable situation among the new manager and here 1 2 say opese of Ghana ni bi adwuma you will lay down procedure ye de faso na efan ni adwuma o kaise 23 January baba mu abaye na otwemienu na chief of staff etwekoma all heads of institutions say yenye audit of new workers payroll the speaker he kwaye audit ni me free mu ba ni enyan fan say Kessben hanom eye ebia MPA
yeah
Kessben Mahmoud Kabore started away ye Juma Wahanum. Mo daily if I'm saying staff book or mo sign attendance book no. You be sure mo no must sign not even up to 1.5 months. But in the controller and accountant general system, a woman say my year Juma or Kessben busumi nsia buy the maker. And for certain technical issues being to abandonment to and the clearly. Yanya nipa o share Juma enrubo so menefa. Nanso nipa bonfu bi backdating the details in the system in the name of mechanizing without justifiable cause. Yet also me, you know. Say o back Kessben na say
no say wo kotua back pay no kra no I be kwa ma hwan.
Ekwa ma brand nipa kro na most of them kra so no ma ye kuntuna sin hihye ya cat wo mu. I reckon some woman no. Yet also me, you know. Kessben aye MP before Juma bia ototo adwumayefo na no. A friend merit based criteria for selection. The sans share never me who say oh kwadwo ampa say yes the obeka news ono na nanu atie ono na wo nkrate dia dance here nti ebe kwa ya de friend screening book wa obi e ba screening na ye friend screening register no obaba Kessben no na Mahmoud Kabore medini na so me adwuma wa ha clearly indicating say establish government procedure ye faso edifani pa adwuma mu no ebi mu kra ye boycott we and contemporary na se dance ni wa brochire owura we executive secretary for Glosac oti asema obeka o say Glosac alone about 500 people entered through the back door manfa kwampaso.
Oh really?
Yes. Oh, I have the publication here and it's online. A chief when you never to me ago no more. Actually say say I didn't know I can we yes I dia abwana se waka wanyanwe after 7 December ya ekoi na yemra tin you
ije
na yenye hwehwemu soronko aye independent audit mo amofa akwampa so wura mu no mo asako mo amofa kana sigikura nka mo po man na bu no de mra ye de gina mra na ni mabebwa na ye de gina mra na ni de enye no mfom so no obesa akọ no akọ start process no patcho we boni bi wo mana.
Yes, but I don't know take how long.
I know there it depends on how faster audit no beko. And of course those portfolios in due course will be advertised. Ama wa o feel say now we are qualified so apply enu so monti bi da na nurse for crack on yes there be nurse for the whiness nurse for count abanya would free so now no the financial clearance covering up to 31st December 2024 obi bia has our financial clearance no cover no nkomo aye di kura won ka ho
we nurse
was a teacher for so the financial clearance and also cover ya up to August 30th or something. Sanko fu nyina nka ho because ono de clearance na kire say ne nimbia ya o ye dwuma betimi afa so atua nka. Security service and I'm from immigration ya ye omu nyina so ye so omu go fi ntisa. In fact, Interior Minister resume here no. There has been complaints of certain encophobia omu through the due process. O say yem pentemu mu antanchia. You set up 7-member security committee. Here investigation. One for the right procedure by security force. That alone is a threat to our security architecture. It is identify will be sad here. Now our son will start the process. But until that investigation proves anything, no, Obia knew I permanent from the security services.
Obia because why?
Obia, in fact, Obia that's so honor. Enti minority say omo to say ye nyina ye Ghana ku nyina ye believe in the merit based approach as a criteria for selecting prospective applicants there. And was omo joining this crusade. Now for the first time ye sanitize your employment system. Na eboa emma ochina enko ba se Kabore maban wo so minim MPB nti na ye de me kwhye baabi. Ni mom ebe ye say me wo ho nimdeɛ metumi ayɔ nti ne yɛde me kɔ enkoba sɛ baba ba mu ni atom asawura mu mfie 9 fie wɔtwe na de ache na aban no agu na afem pepre ho nim sɛ ukofie bɛbɔ so buo nti na omoamoa nipa de ne hyɛ baabi sɛ de yɛ moamoa paper de hyɛ tokurum enye papa na emmoa o man no kwan bia so nti ne yɛ nyinaa so man no I think that this is the right step ye ka sɛ ye politics of equalization na make abore no na ye kan de anka menka bi because sabio do nya adwuma no nya Azerbaijani and won freeze Djibouti timi nka sɛ na no MPP ni yi obi adinti ene ye yi obi adi a papa enya papa mesoso the more justifications na eba no it is in the interest of young people of this country cry say be support sa share no na boa amoch na wo pa adwuma it shouldn't be based on who you know it shouldn't be based on how much you put in an envelope for someone it shouldn't be based on who leads you to which office it should be based on your merit unim die wa ho fama ene ntiase awo as far as adwuma no ayefa of concern nti to this point does the minority have a case they don't can any you obtain so many case they don't many case and in any case sas is na ye na MPP fon kwa na aka omwana senka say ye fa process papa di anka ideal link ye adwen say Ghana fo nyina
yeah
but why are they crying more than they bereaved? Say about 90% of these people are here can ayo mo ankrofo a abro bayi wo mo sebi abtifo fanche me wo mo antimi ahwe amfa mofreya. Most of these politicians are used and done politicians or feel so or do kwese adwuma in the first term no a oprobi asoma no konzo ayade ama na wonya so obemo follow no say last minute no force we BT system. And this is how most time it ends the young people.
Okay.
Intermediate, all politicians and all young people are deep among.
But even if they are NPP, they are still Ghanaians.
I agree. I agree. But I'm only using that to set a premise. Say politicians who are going say a brand TV a warshare wa brabos wenyini. Someone you are a role model to a young man or do what you somewhere. Or mwabi ebe buano tem. Last minute mwano ya doso and most of those last minute mwano famra kwanso they said the way no famra kwanso and we will not, I will not, and no youth should support some of these and she share and why that ebe ma enru ba bi no ye nya wo mo wonim die so be adwane mo minimum penny for be. That's very bad. It is a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster. 5 after 9. This is Kessben 92.9. Maminfa asedani bi. I mean, a banner say a exchange rate won't come more. Ebetimi akofom taxes ahodo a yeje report ni nyina no ebetimi akofom. This is a forum also betimi aba na wababe express wo consent na fe abinding so etimi etie ewo asupem. Mamin kind messages here modi abai na afe yento aso any enkomo. We say I'm desperate from a year. I'm a man. Please calm down and take it easy on His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. If there is somebody to blame, just blame the people who know the grassroots very well, and yet they cannot identify them. All the creatives and the NDC are foot soldiers and lives around President Mahama. So what is Nana Frimpong saying? Thank you for a message. Yafo wa anyway Eddie Abba or say I want the NPP to manage their frustration, depressing anger on their loss on the 7th December polls. Please, the truth is that the true state of the nation has been addressed by President Mahama, and the result is there for every Ghanaian to see. The massive victory for John Dramani Mahama should tell the NPP the true state of the nation. It is so disgraceful that they will come up today with another state of the nation address for whose pleasure of listening. Yafo, thank you for a message with the Abba. Beduba the Abba was a good morning, Speaker. National Economic Dialogue. We are expecting that President Mahama and the NDC will put up measures that will curtail the Ghana cedi and then also curtail the US dollar from growing out of the cedi. It is more expectant that inflation and everything will come down after this particular dialogue. Thank you for your message. My main kind way. So we say good morning, Speaker. Please tell the NPP that they are no more significant to Ghanaians to offer any alternative advice. Who in Ghana does not know what they are made of? It is only people with good records that give advice, and it is taken. To hell with your advice. The NPP can keep it. Thank you for your message. We say good morning, Speaker. The NPP should know how to communicate to some of us. You guys make excuses upon excuses upon excuses about Russia-Ukraine war and COVID-19 as the cause of the bane of our economic crisis. Today, they do not have the moral right to criticize. They are only hypocrites trying to bring down the fortunes of this government. Asiedu entry, sensing that one. Asiedu, thank you very much for your message. This one says that good morning, Mr. Speaker. This is Johnson from Accra, Newtown. I like your show very much. May the good Lord bless you and your team for the good work you are doing. Thank you. I'm grateful as well. This one also says that good morning, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Good morning, and thank you so much for choosing us. But my main call lines in it, so na minye Jumawe Emra, Professor John Gachi is part of the committee organizing the National Economic Dialogue. Na anope menino eni nkomo. Prof, if you can hear me, good morning, and thanks so much for joining us on Kessben.
Thank you.
Very well. The pleasure is ours. Now, first off, what are we to expect at the dialogue this morning? We know it commences today to tomorrow, and it is expected that Ghanaians will come in and then share up some ideas that will help put together a framework that will sustain our economy. But in details, what more are we to expect from the committee, and what work have you done so far?
Yeah, so we have structured the dialogue into 6 thematic areas: restoring macroeconomic stability, private sector-led growth, growth with depth, infrastructure, development, restoring good governance, and combating corruption, structural reforms, and policy reforms. So those are the sectors that will be concentrated on in the dialogue. But the dialogue is preceded by the chairman's welcome address, setting the scene by Dr. Kwame, and then the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Finance will give the state of the Ghanaian economy and provide some prospects for the state of the Ghanaian economy. So that is what will be happening. Again, after that, the president will give a keynote address, after which we'll set up into the breakout session for the thematic discussions. And it is expected that the recommendation will influence the 2025 budget, and then will influence the short, medium to long-term agenda for economic transformation, spearheaded by the National Development Planning Commission.
So, I mean, in effect, after the major address, we're going to have some level of panel discussion where we'll have experts coming to sit and then do a presentation on the major sectors that you've outlined.
It's not a panel discussion, but it's a discussion that will be addressed by a chairperson for each of the thematic area, and a technical presentation for each of the thematic area. Then we have group of diligent and astute people to discuss the issues and then to come to consensus. For example, if you say the macroeconomic stability, apart from Dr. Paul Appiah, who is sharing, and then Mr. Leslie Duarte, who is presenting a technical paper. We have academia people like Dr. Herbal.
Now, the other three people know case goes through no. Court no hold this acquittal. Our question one said one there was no conspiracy. Two, that really no money has been stolen because in court opinion no, all of them were accounted for and they're sitting in our honor. So if the court say there was no stealing and that there was no conspiracy, the other accusation that's all inside. Well, I say who say was not for stealing now. There's some phobia chapadia without the person's friends saying
consent.
Now the letter friends on one is on the movie idea. So at the cockroach movie and honor. Bibian Rai. The why is that one person still in? Now, young can say you're Ghana, your motto, freedom and justice. So, you see a creator of Maya, justice and freedom will reign. Now, if justice and freedom will reign, not a first match as you celebrate the founding of Ghana, founding on those ideals and principles, freedom and justice. Not say that the Ghanaian businessman, I don't know, create business, they create a lot of jobs, of prosperity, create opportunities for millions and millions of Ghana for, and them for idea. You say for stealing, no, crampono, and right, and that's all. Then why should he be there? So I'm doing this not because I'm a lawyer. I'm doing this as a concerned Ghanaian because and the repercussions on my kasa. Because right now imagine, so people want to want to talent to be an entrepreneur. Ne push for into for say madam for share the money at trace should nobody Kofi Amwabin should nobody say that all these people now we can maybe for treasury but in Kakaka instead of even establishing a bank to help millions and millions of people. So for me any motivation I feel say a duty to build and uphold the values of this country. And if that's our duty there, then that duty and that responsibility, that obligation placed on us will be undermined if you explain Emma Saboni we are gonna for Yatas and attrition if you allow it to persist. And nothing in the spirit of our reset now, it says in John and say officer reset Ghana are gonna for endorsing it massively. No. My view that reset will not be complete if injustices and one of the greatest injustices ever done this country is attrition or Britain.
Yes, but counsel, the question again, no, I mean, in the spirit of fairness, if the three other accused persons were discharged by the court, I mean,
acquitted.
Yes, acquitted, so to speak, by the court. Now, Atuesian came in with a plea bargaining, appeal. And the question again is that wouldn't him say all these things, no more. Even after conviction, what could have happened, no appeal. But plea bargain in about what you can be a biaka, we gave you a period of time to conclude the other payment aka. Your inability in doing so, there is a conviction and not as I said, no so ever. Why did that happen in the first place?
So imagine speaker and I present never happens to you or myself. I buy actual. I just started the way saying that's a buy and Casabec ever catch yourself when you mean a metal via so who the just we who say who in just one single person with all the weight and the power of the state against you. You are likely to want to do anything to get found here. But also Applying so your Ministry of Justice. Applying we are president, not also a Minister for Justice. And so your fundamental obligation is to deliver justice. Into the first or no Minister for Justice. After what question in my and I'll use the word question. I'm at to enter into this unfortunate plea bargain. Now for one who say my view is that it is your responsibility as the Minister for Justice now to cause a review of the entire process. And when you about to appeal or anything, what minister will take it oath over faithful to Ghana means over faithful to the values and ideas of Ghana. Once I take it also over dedicated to the well-being of every Ghanaian. My humble opinion say your responsibility, having realized that listen, at the end of Columbia, there was no stealing in the first place. It's like a one casa company, you cause a review and then which will ultimately lead to the acquittal of Statution and reverse all the injustices that have been done in terms of even leading the efforts to
yes, but cancer, these transactions and the processes were led by legal counsels of Atuation, and I presume say they ought to have known some of these things before Ansana or more agree some of the motivation be at the same.
In fact, the legal counsel advised against friends saying a plea profusely. To extent that he was, in fact, good for us. Now I say that I said Democrat, but like I'm saying, I'm asking you. Imagine say and they're saying we're out also. The full force of the state, gunning, and that's not also. I have that propaganda. It's not any public opinion against you. That's what my dang dollar deal with Chewa. Would you want to lap at it? And that make us say, Attorney General, not just Attorney General, also a Minister for Justice. Oh, that's it. Yes, petition to it was an injustice, but also yes, we should have a real look at the entire justice architecture.
Okay.
We should have a real look at the entire justice architecture. Because at one place when we are Attorney General, we hear all prosecutions. Not also a Minister for Justice. But what override you is your desire to see justice delivered. So from where I'm sitting now, it feels that the obligation, in front of everything, lay on some Minister for Justice now. So I haven't come to realize that there was actually no stealing. Well, that's what the court held. See the acquittal of the rest now. Why is that still in place when we have a Minister for Justice?
Very well. Very well. And as we speak, there's been a submission of a petition to the office of the president.
Yeah, any Minister for Justice.
Any Minister for Justice. And you await the response, right?
Exactly.
Very well. We wish you the best. Meaning, say response in the bar, your best anywhere in Comobium.
But as a person say, at least one chance I meet my
very well. Mention that say, and lawyer appear down qua a petitioner on the Atuation issue or the petition Akomo Bampenye and Dr. Ayene, Ghana's Attorney General and Minister for Justice. Marimra back into the studio, 38 minutes after 9. Kabori Ewaha, we are just having a major discussion about the air coso Ewa, the Accra International Conference Center and Opay. Kabori, Marimra also.
Yes, just a minute now. Kamemra initial question. Your first 53 days in office.
Exactly.
Na NKBA to be there. So, said they can infrastructure. Okanja 111 and many other projects. The focus should be how I be to force hands of government today and government in future. Say it is no more about party project. It is about Ghana for project.
Okay.
In as much as you inherit assets, you must inherit liabilities in the projects. I was able to also. So I wanted to feature in the conversation. One other area very important to me, the structural reforms, and they your labor laws. How is it like? You don't have that flexibility of labor market. Will be high. Will be a for be a jumoma is bound by certain laws. Even when you are not getting the output in your sign contract, Nipano also Bergman Pano, Bergman and all that. Not just in the private sector, they are better. Government sector, especially with the introduction of 24-hour economy in Yamabia, Waba, and so on. Yeah, how I bet me a Sankra labor laws no mukaka. Areas of emoluments and I say omo sikasem na afesu yenhwe areas of flexibility say me hire wona wanye de me permit me afire wa those market actors and who have that flexibility. Now if possible yenhwe say working around the clock and you say there be what hour where you how many hours a lot of the redundancy in the system no it to me at so tax systems. Tax simplification is one of the important tax structural reforms. Or maybe we didn't come on about structural reforms also. And then how fair and simple is our tax system for the ordinary Ghanaian? Kwame more simple. Now ubia betria. Now how fair is it? Proportional representation. And the end, because sebio asida house and na Kessben mona more business in all other people have not been given an opportunity to pay something small, and here they can in a good business as well. But we've not been fair in our tax system. In the end, how I bet me simplify a tax system. No, na se kabore me di sebita kudwa intimetria ho etoa no matua se Kessben odi apemudwa na obetua apem ho toa na ono so atua ngoba se o kabore eni bi ntini yemfani na nkogu Kessben so emwa market no ana se ye tax regime no enya papa afi market regulations the same country we call one pump filling station petrol bonko we call another emwa ye ntimi enya sa value for money no as say yama obi ahon kwan nti once ono na owo bi na nunu ani bi no he decides what price I'll pay. Price determination is very important as far as structural reform is of concern. In fact, it goes down to even survey your truck drivers if you go. It don't you run a bonko or call so to an bonko we are born a bonko. When you are near mass, ye the year. You make groupings and you bet me a moment in Abua, no members in Yashimukina, Ama Nabua, Ama. I feel you must be interested in strategic investment. Now, what improve upon the quality of human resources? What they money marketing? Since we as secretaries, scribes, because that's the training. It tells the output and marketing the more. Into strategically, no minor. I was here investing in critical sectors of our education. You improve upon the type of human resources now. Building a Buama have policy reforms. You see issues of inequalities, and I see 30% of women at least we to mean the parity ratio at 30%. Why should it be so? If the woman can do, let's give them an opportunity. And we must make it a conscious effort. Conscious effort means policy reforms to reflect. Say as our mind, this is what we want. My
already you have an affirmative law.
Yeah, how are we living to expect it as far as the affirmative law is of concern? Until he will be there. You leave it to the dictates of those.
Implementation a problem.
A problem. If we need to do some touches to the policies, now abuama the implementation and they rent laws implemented. Intimidante don't know if free Kumasi Bank not because it be a man be to one kind, but at least Accra when you feel na kuma you wait to graduate 6 months. Now they can but Kumasi 2 years straight. 2 years straight unyako. Nina your reforms that was here. Say more feel rough one. How do we massage it? But more feel rough one. Then you get it to a certain na aboye laws. Why do you say people should not mine in the forest when you have a law that actually gives right to Obiso Misiki lease to mine in the forest? And all those policies we must reform them.
Okay.
Now, as far as especially in conversation around environmental concerns and they're very high. Until it's a conversation, there was a conscious effort in as far as reforming your policies to reflect with the general aspiration of the people, where you see a sustainability of our environment. Until one money panel money and tiny bit to my forest. So let's look at all of that. And I wanted to feature in economic dialogue.
Very well. But what the one who best you are first 53 days.
Yes.
You wrap up now. Your time. That's one.
Ghana for mudin komo round to 2024 election. Mudin komo one of them comedians say we will form a government within the first 14 days. And as at the first 14 days, every ministry in this country had a minister designate. Every region in this country had a regional minister designate. I believe Komono and Ghana for the Sebi and Tim to Swan to one and fight touch them manfa. It's a Ghana for boss will run one of the leanest government ever. It proposes 60 ministers and they Juma. Yes, Ghana for boss cut down expenditure. Opini say no minor running 30 ministries na na yetimi ati about 23 aduenu miensa yanso hwa presidential staffers you see be less than what the previous administration did yanso hwa yes independent day kura yetimi di Ghana sika be 15 million Ghana cedi tete die no 150 billion ekodie no afi we die sebe yebedi no kuma bi ne ate ka bebiri ba ye bo no so
kuma na hini ya didi
president kura president asase na so afo say hey alu prayer mko tuesika pudu ko na hwan class first class travel na ban sabiu Ghana nia ote otwemberi ate ofre economy na standard business na otimko ba wo minister no nche no ntini nyina ye nhyehyɛ ya bayi wahwa wode ete expenditure so bɔhyɛ na yegusunso ayedi so ma be ye aduasa wo hamu nchichemu aduasa yesi ebamom na ye aduasa baako akire ponso 31.7% as far as the entire government is concerned akire se asemo en Ghana for kan no yedi ho dwuma na se do ma hye bɔse odi mabunu be ye adwuma de na ye mi se ye meni wani mu asemo a mabunu e wona ba unprecedented hye Ghana mabunu nyina nkuran se the party mabunu akwanya kane na nanga trade minister na ono buketi am 70 something kane no beti CEO bia me offer Kofi Jomagi Hawk na 70 something ene mrantie nko ana ebo adwuma no kire se asema owura mahama ne ye kan no ode ye adwuma half of public funds the halt use of public funds for national cathedral yen komo ba ko a and Ghana for any yaso twetwen yaso pa so obi na ko share ne yankopon bo no so besia so direction animunyam afi de wi yasi a ye pa yasi na ye hunu yasi ne mu kakra ewo ho no na o maso a na odi ko share ne bo Ghana for nyina ampene so no nyina ka ho na saa 41% wo munya ye no eno nti o mampani ma ba no sedabe ye di kakra ye ma ni sika nkombiem se de bo share no ba ye no de to so mienu ehwehwe mu bia ese na ifata no yenyego we nyina na hyase a ye adwuma operation recover all loot ade na Ghana fu ani ji ho pa no se yesi ade ye Ghana fu nyina ade a na kabore nkwa mafa kwa bone su kuntuna se kwa kana sichi kwa so na me de kwa ye me nkwa mabusu ajapade mampani ma hye bo se Ghana de nkwa na ebehwe ne age aba and the preparatory team no ade omo finance omo report nyina aba based on the same Ghana for kan any preliminary investigation kakra omo ye attorney general so mu as we speak certain people are even being invited and interrogated based on that report na ora team at the coin a chere sa bo no so mampani ma adiso constitutional review my kunini omra kunini ye nyina na egitum se ye mfa mo ye ho bra but ye feel say drum pempen so bia na mantwea bi obroni say have lived its purpose ntina wo be hia se nyina be satena konwa ba ko ho na de wo se yi firi mu de wo se ye de beka ho na aboa ma o man nchechire na konanim and next aboshe no Professor HK Prempe committee eguso na menuanu muslimi fo me de me firi zongo na asemba kwa ye ka kire ya de pa how na the normal Muslim life kura ni live we very costly haja ora mahama penso ni ekono 119 million afide ni eji 750 million sebe ubeton aton bibi aton moto basekre akobo besia we chief imam still enso o man pedi mama sheyebo so about behwe no bibi afa ho and then me no gese Collins that tax force wa o man pedi mama ten yatimi ahwa o mo adi nkomo pa and 2025 hajj okwa instead of 75,000 no you bet you 62,000 na wa hwa me yatimi ahwa 130 million 13,000 Ghana cedis me gidi say we e bosha on papa no adi so aboye hwe se abrani nya koko board ade ba kwa na ha o man pa ye hawa koko fa nchen ba bi na fe hunu koko no kura so mfa so ye benya koko board ni hu se se na national asset ye crop wa betima bo ama o man no ye di mfa so bebre ye gold wa fa nchen ya che gold wa hunu ha na eto PMCC to one Bank of Ghana tobi we hunu ba bi enam mampani mama se
na se gold no de na buying to gold is individuals here na one person ye exporter PMMC boa one ya say you know more testing period.
I don't make
and they say the business of gold buying and baby ya buy.
That's right. In fact, at the point, like Bank of Ghana talk akra. Kaya Brown.
I don't know what's under the gold for oil. Yes, I don't want to buy to show up the reason.
Yeah. Or share boss say be ya fine chain na yentimi na de o man no kura chefin wo motimi yira fa ye ni so no e be ya de be friend no gold board na boa me streamline na ye nyamfaso wo se ye nya free sika kokko no a ye tu na me no kase
I don't know. You be
stages, yes. Advanced stages. Advanced stages are no. So abolish economic dialogue. They no need to do abolish certain taxes. Me say Minister Crash ebo abra ye toto na no wo be dwom. Say the first budget tax be say betting tax ni ade no. Ni nyina be free mu akọ. Fight against galamsey. Ye ba ye edano aduonu enum aduonu miensa 53. Then so ohwe anamotu ayetu abibi a kire se
ade na motu afa galamsey ho.
Oh, me no ka say you know, out of the about 44 most impacted foreign reserve galamsey adia te say na SN no. Me no ka say we've been able to secure about 3 of them. Some no boy put them ho ya often shelter bet and carrier carrier crowd you say is as many as 15 excavators. Me no ka say as part of Penny directive, don't bend, confiscate, confiscate here, a bit in the before Frabua. Through EPA, Environmental Protection Authority, you sign at the technologies from Kubia Bar, you water reclamation. Into your share him say Blue Water Initiative. And Chibia, Ghana for Ankasano, and Yakasa show working, Ghana for being say ampa. Galamsey no and yet the old nana ye permanent kwa nemu devastating impact anano anamu tuobi edijaye no aban tu ho anamu aboa ama sa nemu wenyina despite all the challenges and he said ye o man no more den mami fa basobo ani aseda PC ma Ghana adwumayfo say omni abanhia no they understood and they understood the urgency of the situation a woman no na aban so anka sesebe ohwe omusa esa agbande ajakwa enya no kwa enu ntia aban ka tua ntum be ohamu enchemudu bibi kakra at least beboama yenyina no will come out from the woods enti we ni niema bond payments ni ade free SHS na no nkwara ikura uko omu social media isu a wo maduane ne honam mo wie kura kire se free SHS na ka se ye be reform ye be mana ye better no wo maduane die kura kire se a good footing has started and ebe boama enti we nyina kafua tina global info analytics kwa bonti no bisa Ghana for say muzu se mama o de o man nam he na Ohama Bupi Aduason and 74% of Ghanaians believe say the country is headed in the right direction. Okay. Mempai Bonne say after the first 120 days, social contract and Ghana for sign, Bin Mabubo Sui, do no aka no so no tax force be to me achieve. Ya achieve my Ghana. And plain here like the Sona revealed. You state in your papa, in Trantron say home. Maybe it's not in yet. No moon with or do a comacro and camp boom and uncle day. You be free, maybe a jinano, near your giraffe papa, no mine munipa, afa woman to my perfect.
Very well. Mahmoud Kabore, Dean of Ashanti Regional Communicators of the NDC. Go Rebon.
Yeah, Kwame.
Fire point, uncle.
Kwame, corner economic dialogue. Kwame, ye dika kwa senchi. Dollar China mene Professor Gachi Edin Kobo. And I'm beside say the senchi one on the way say no. What would be the difference? And now what share differences in womb. But now humor na ketuebi. Kwame. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? There be a economic dialogue. Say Kwame, ye koye economic dialogue we ni sabe import driven economy. Ya nya kra na ke. Bibi happen in this country Kwame ade ba kope.
Import.
Obi a politician. Wa finance a political party with his money. Okoko kra ade bi edi fi abrochie de ba. Ebe ton wo Ghana. Ade no ye bi wo Ghana, ya suppress Ghana de no. Ne de ne na flourish said ye be ya obenya sika dia he party it's simple like ABCD Kwame enti say economy ye say economy nye bad that's fine ye kwakoye economic dialogue na say Kwame ye dua tomato akomadai abofo techiman poalugu then we still import tomatoes $400 million annually from Burkina Faso. Then what to the sense say ye economic dialogue Kwame ye economic dialogue ye ba next year be import rice worth of $6.8 billion Ghana cedis next year ankoye kra na ke me adia ba ko pe na be looking forward to see economic dialogue no ye make sure say ye ba Kwame SSC ye import by a year or two ye import now Kwame SSC it be cutting down because BPN will bet me solve the yes this economic indicators here inflation and exchange rate Kwame programs are ye line up ye ni na a man about from the artificial Dr. Kwame the fourth strategy not to pay contractors senior beye sikabe ba system no man ko for disika ni nyafunyafu mu disika ni nyafunyafu ye toto no mu by heart etima mi deprive mo for mu sika ni invest you understand betua wo ka bata asem ntua wo ka etide bia no sika no memfa ma wiye etu spend ya be wise obe spend no wisely etu onu Guinness 3 bottles a day obeto so aba 1 bottle Guinness ra no be hu se no da bi subasi first pa no ko to 3 no to 1 ene mi tutumu a on to kra na inflation je ba bi ogina artificial obetimi asomi se oforiate koye ye very say gold for oil we ye fan so mu kakra artificial ultimi so mu kodru ba bia kwa me double bia ate ne be no especially headed towards election year Kwame we should make sure say yeah a lot of things are Kwame ya kwaka fra brochi no say no man ye baby wa
okay
bibia ya kra Kwame ya kra ya made na mo kana menti bi da o say I want to Accra mo ne China mo ya kra egugu ayi mu sa antini ya de ne drawing na bo ho say tawo na wo pa e wo ho why na man ko kra sa den kra by in the first place ya kra ya made Kwame every single thing that we use in this country, you crash the dollar and the crack. Jamaica what I say.
Yeah.
And two, President Mahama, a man in farm and fit. A man in yadia Kwame won't timine. And as a dear, a cofobe kuhufia, a ben not say, or betcha sign here, be not last city then I make a busy. Obi a wutie bibia Kwame, sa and cook on kete policy no. Kwame obi afa no hunjim mimi ni mi freru abeka Kwame meji buo no bia kwa kwesi the day I read the document but church mu ozige state Kwame we akora na unya adwuma Kwame wo ya adwuma fa huram Jehovah Witness for sin nipa 41,000 ebe call heaven be boa emzo say 41 say 46,000 at 46,000 obi so fight you so na aka ho bi say 55,000 households no yenya kophobia ya select wo mu na Kwame be ya you fa huram eye Ghana ska yenya obi aka pre Kwame
na yenya poetry no
yentie policy ne say menya adwuma me ya adwuma me wo interest say aban si wo the policy bi ba me ya bi e dia ne policy ya de nkukobuo brew nkukobuo ne bodwa nkukobuo mutie ne yie enkukobu a ya electrify no a light wom a light ni be provide heat aman kora no chicken no the more a trom so omumu you understand and your sizes it depended your wo pe no etu kwaji nkukobu no the bar ya light bibia wie no na ya ma education free for 3 weeks 21 days a ya church okwanya say you do dry season and kokoro ma duani ni time say na esom didi time say on beda time say on be kwa time say on be di agro on be soso omo ho omo nyini si a omo no ye twitwa bi na agya bi se na be ya omo soso omo ho nku omo ho ye be church sa na omo na tuition free uwia na nkokọ ne de ama free etu per 100 ye fa ne say chickens ade de ama chicken ade de ama So open 200 at the amount. Open 300 and near the amount. You are near my sika. O de beto diane the amount kokono. And you see a free. Just ma be carry you. Kwamu wia o de akwa kwesi fie. No one ya daje the amount aduma na wo ye no. Sa ayiro enkokon ketenkete no. No one ya daje the amount. It is so nyini enam say when you tuition free, you be able to say obe real omo abre bi film. Jamaica what say abaya ma scar beto aduane amom dada. Eti time no so na so be do the brawlers time na ye betimi adibie no a oton a abaya ma scar bi okoton a sa usika no ye oba bi e fa nkokɔ ene nkosu a obakɔ akɔfa o de fa wi a now the aba no afamfaso no Kwame wanyi wadwuma ubetimi atrem Jamaica what say Kwame ubetimi asa atre business nim na fa na ko anu Kwame eba boa ma akukɔ force no to ate import driven economy e ka ho asem e bia ni ene akukɔ force ni too much ne ana ne mfenso nkoa Kwame ne mfenkoa yenuma de frame e de ba eba maso ate ye kra akukɔ force worth of $300 million in every year in this country. Sa enkokon ketinkiti project no should keep that situation Kwame.
Okay.
And akukɔ sere yentimi ntonwe.
Na yenye so sufficient.
Yentimi nto akukɔ sere say Kwame. Choba ye 30 cities ne 40 cities. Yankra had ye wo mu na muti kro ayimu. I'm telling you. Kahuro ye 20 cities. Kumasi ye say. Kahuro ye 20 cities. Kumasi ye say. Kwame Jamaica what say? Ebetimi aboa ye ama akukɔ no boa ye fo. Ene kosua ba bi ko 5 cities. Ene kwa se basa. Ye nkoko odoma yinkro ne potam sumam ne sai ho nu na sampa mu ni na no Kwame eye cashew ne ayi ye fere say poultry but almost poultry na di Cote d'Ivoire Sierra Leone eye fere say Burkina Faso ne ada you know said the southern part of the country deep south no ene the eastern part of the country no see so sadi we sem na kosua ne akoko Kwame eye cheap obi abetimi atobia dia ye bebubu one as a country Kwame simple
na me da say na so dey was your kasa dey remember omo your director of corporate affairs corporate affairs manager
me tia me offer egugugu na so na onye no media ambassador for Nkokon Ketenkete initiative because what you see
honorable ni chairman honorable Eripoku chairman or from easy mo honorable Eric so be from best name on friend Mr. friend
thank you very much. Job time, so I mean, wish you a very big happy birthday. I wish you the best of your new age. And I wish you all the way from Kumasi. We celebrate you this morning. We pray for God's blessings upon your life, grace and prosperity to follow you. To celebrate you. May you grow in strength. And may the mercies of the Most High abide with you. We wish you on your new date. Happy birthday to you and God bless you. We need to Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker. No pay me the West Sejo any team no at the Medford action no at 2 us. So 2 minutes after 10. Stay with him and the rest of our program. Dom Yeni Ochina. You better say yes, yeah.
I don't know been on Tabby, I don't want to be a son. As a Shilina non penna was a major woman, my dear back. What the man come over, dear Shay, and said, Yenis, I was swore, any journey I grew womb. I feel when you be real, see anymore. A bass away, I can't swatch and a pampa. No, be a son, you'll be a small.